Good morning everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Madison Paige and let's just jump into the video. So for this week's video, I am going to be attempting to go vegan for a week. I have always been curious. Veganism cuts a lot of things out of your diet, and I've always been quite curious to see if I would be capable of it. I drink milk like it's water and live on a specific brand of coffee, which I found out yesterday is not vegan, and I'm still upset about it. And I also realized that a lot of my makeup is not vegan. It's the brand's test on animals, and that part I don't like. So yeah, this week's gonna be interesting. I did a lot of research. I will link all of the links down below. The only thing that I'm not going to be doing is clothes. I'm not gonna actively wear leather and fur and wool, but I'm also not gonna go out and buy new clothes. I'm just gonna kind of hope for the best. I did go out and buy new makeup though, and I did a big, not really a big grocery shop, but I did groceries that should last me the next couple of days yesterday. On today's menu, I am having vegan pancakes for breakfast. I'm just gonna have some celery and peanut butter for lunch, and then for dinner I am having easy vegan Alfredo with courgette noodles. So let's go and make us some breakfast. Okay, so I just finished making the pancakes. Now I am going to try them. Wish me luck. Okay, so yeah, that just tastes pretty normal. I forgot to mention that I hate banana, and the recipe for this called for banana for like the main batter. So I can taste the banana, but the golden syrup, which I did check is vegan because it literally only has water, sugar and salt in it. But the syrup has a pretty strong flavour that almost counteracts against the banana. But other than that, they taste pretty good. Okay, so I didn't end up eating all of the pancakes just because I ended up making 5 and I generally only eat around 3. But I've left them for dessert later on because my usual dessert options I can't eat. Okay, so not super aesthetically pleasing, but here is my lunch. Just some celery and peanut butter. It's actually not long since I stopped eating my breakfast. Granted, I had a late breakfast, but I found that I'm already kind of hungry. But yeah, let's eat up some lunch. I'm not gonna bother with a taste test because I've been eating celery and peanut butter since I was a kid. So something I forgot to mention is I love these seaweed snacks, and when I realized that they were vegan, I bought many. I feel like people are gonna think I'm kind of like an idiot because like some things that like would seem like they're obviously vegan, like I still check and I'm still not sure. And I feel like some people are gonna see that and they're gonna think that I'm like an idiot because like obviously this food is vegan. But I've been tripped up. Like before this started, there were foods where I was like, oh, this will obviously be vegan, and then like I look it up online or I look at the ingredients and it's not. Something in it specifically is not vegan, and so now I find that I'm constantly checking everything that I eat or wear or use. I guess that's a good thing, especially seeing as it's only day 1. Like it's only day 1 and I'm already so like making sure I'm checking everything. And yeah. Okay, so it is now dinner time. As I said earlier, I am having vegan Alfredo with courgette noodles. So let's do this. For a taste test. Okay, so that tastes pretty damn good. I'm pleasantly surprised. Yeah, I'm happy with it. Okay, so it is the end of day 1. My thoughts so far. First of all, I'm starving. I had found in my research that the first few days of vegan eating, you are quite hungry just because you're cutting a lot of stuff out of your diet. I naively thought that wouldn't affect me because I don't eat a whole bunch anyway. I'm lucky if I get 2 meals in, let alone 3, whereas today I had 3 meals plus snacking and I'm still hungry as. I miss milk. I miss it so bad. I know there are people who will be like, who are literally like, every time I post a video where I do my morning drink with milk, literally gag every time I just have a glass of milk on its own, but I miss it so bad. But yeah, my dinner was really nice. My pancakes this morning weren't awful. I still hate banana, so maybe next time I'll just not do banana, I guess. And my celery and peanut butter was, it was celery and peanut butter. I eat celery, but I don't love it. So yeah, but dinner was really nice. I'll put all the links to the recipes down below, separate them out by days. How I work with recipes is I start to follow them and then I generally start improvising because I get bored or because there's an ingredient that I don't like. But as I said earlier, I'll put the links to everything I've used. I don't know if I went in detail to what I've been using, but I first googled recipes and I picked out a meal plan for the week, so I'll put down all the recipes, all the recipe links that I've got. And then for people in New Zealand, I found a really good website that has all the vegan brands that sell in New Zealand supermarkets, so I'll put that too. And then for makeup, which I don't think I'm going to be wearing tomorrow either because it's the weekend, I have nowhere to go, whatever. For makeup, there's a website that has like a full list of vegan and cruelty-free makeup, and so I've got that. I'll put that down below as well. I've also been finding that like I'm really conscious about making sure I read the ingredients and stuff, and like my main rule is if you're unsure, just don't bother. So yeah, that was day 1. I'll see you tomorrow for day 2. Good morning everybody and welcome to day 2 of vegan living. I'm not gonna lie to you, I went to bed early last night because I felt like shit, and I've woken up this morning still feeling like shit. My head hurts, my throat hurts, and I'm nauseous as all fuck. But the show must go on. My body is still just adjusting to its new diet, and that's fine. The menu today is peanut butter toast for breakfast, veggie chips for lunch, which I chose because there was a really nice recipe online, but then I found a pre-made packet that was pretty much the exact same thing. It's a pretty big packet, so if I eat that, that should be lunch size. And then for dinner, I'm having hummus pizza, as said yesterday. The links for everything will be in the description below. I also bought a new brand of coffee yesterday that is vegan, so finally get some coffee. Okay, so I feel way better after my breakfast, probably because peanut butter toast is something that my body's used to. Also, my coffee is pretty good. I mean, it's just normal instant coffee plus almond milk instead of normal milk, and so yeah, it's not too bad. Alright, so it's lunchtime, so I just have my vegan veggie chips here. I was thinking of maybe having a little bit of hummus with them. I don't know how much I need for my pizza later on, so I might just leave it. And yeah, I'm also probably gonna have one of my mini seaweed snacks, and I'll see you again at dinner time. I'm sorry that these first 2 days have kind of been boring because, like, I haven't really been doing much because it's the weekend and weekends are for chilling. But yeah, tomorrow I am filming a vegan cruelty-free makeup video, so I will show you guys what products I have. I'm also going out, so I'm going to get myself a vegan Starbucks drink. I have actually tried one already. I tried one last week just to sort of see, and I've decided that I don't think I like soy milk, but I do like almond milk, so I'm going to try probably just a mocha or something with almond milk. Also, again, I forgot to mention, probably just because, again, my body is used to it, but I'm feeling a lot less hungry today, and I think it's probably the fact that my body is getting some things that it recognizes, like peanut butter toast and coffee. But yeah, I'm feeling a lot less hungry today. Okay, so it is now dinner time, which I'm super excited for, because even though I just finished telling you in one of the last clips that I haven't been that hungry today, it is now 7 p.m. and I am starving. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for dinner. Cue the time lapse. I'm so surprised every time I try something new and it actually tastes good. Like, I'm eating food that I like. So, I don't know why the word vegan makes me think it's going to be bad. Okay, so it's the end of day 2. My dinner was really nice. I'm also not as hungry. I mean, I said that around lunchtime, but to be fair, I did have a pretty late dinner, so it was quite a bit of time between lunch and dinner. But yeah, I was not nearly as starving today as I was yesterday, and I also don't feel sick, like, at all. So that's a bonus, and yeah, all of my food today was really nice. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 3 of vegan living. This morning I feel pretty good. I don't feel sick or anything. I feel good. Today's menu is potato pancakes for brunch. I'm not doing breakfast and lunch today. I'm just doing a brunch. And then kale and mushroom pasta for dinner. First, however, I have to go and do the groceries because, as I said on day 1, I only got enough groceries for the first couple of days, so I have to go and pick up some groceries for the next couple of days. I'm not going to take you guys with me because I hate grocery shopping the absolute most, and I want to be able to get out of there as quickly as possible. And I can't do that if I'm worried about vlogging every step of the way. Also on the agenda today, I am doing my vegan cruelty-free beauty video. So I will show you guys kind of a haul because some of the items are new, and then also show you the items that I already had that I didn't realise were cruelty-free. Okay, so I ended up having to run a few errands, so my brunch is now a late lunch, which is fine, except that I have other things I need to do today. I still have to film my beauty video, and the new Doctor Who is out, so I have to watch that. I did end up going to Starbucks, and I got a soy mocha because they didn't have almond milk. They only had coconut or soy, and even though I don't like soy, I hate coconut even more. So I got that. I was told that unfortunately their mochas may contain traces of dairy, but because I was in a hurry and the Starbucks I was at was pretty full, I just said okay and got it anyway. So this might be a small fail on my part. Obviously if I was planning on going vegan full time, and if I wasn't in such a hurry, I would have said no and gotten something else, but yeah, just because I was in such a hurry, I got it anyway. So I am a little disappointed in myself, but yeah, now I have to make my potato pancakes. Cue the time lapse. Okay, so I just finished making my potato pancake. It's only one, but I made 2 pizzas last night and I only ate one of them, so I still have an extra pizza if I'm still hungry. But let's try this out. Yeah, that's delicious. A smidge floury, but I had to put in a little extra flour to make it stick together, and I might have put in like a smidge too much, so that's on me, not the recipe. But yeah, it's really good. Okay, the products that I'm using / the products that I can use are, I'll show you the ones that I bought first and then the ones that I already had. So I bought a new primer. It is the e.l.f. Illuminating Face Primer. I then also got some e.l.f. foundation in porcelain. I'm usually around the lightest or the second to lightest shade. I got this e.l.f. contour and blush duo. So there it looks like that. And then I also bought this e.l.f. mascara, which I've already tried and I don't love. For stuff I already have, my Misfit Cosmetics Pretty Little palettes are vegan as stated on their website. The eyeshadows are vegan, but this is not because it contains beeswax. Kat Von D was on the list, so I have some concealer. Hourglass was also on the list. Some highlighter. Exo Beauty are vegan, so I can use any of my lashes from them, as well as the Duo eyelash glue. Jeffree Star was also on the list, I think. I vaguely remember, but I wasn't going to do Jeffree Star anyway. I was going to use my e.l.f. lipstick. This is more or less a full face of e.l.f. Anastasia Beverly Hills was also on the list. I don't think all of their stuff is vegan, but their pomade is apparently. And yeah, I think that's it, which means I don't have normal face powder. That's upsetting. Okay, so it is dinner time. Once again, I am having kale and mushroom pasta. Daily reminder that all recipes will be in the description. Okay, so this is delicious. I'd probably go as far as to say it's the best thing I've had so far. Again, it's pretty much everything I already eat, just, you know, vegan versions. So, I've never tried kale before, but, I mean, I didn't think I wouldn't like it. And vegan pesto I was a little unsure about, but it's all very good. Okay, so, slight update. Something that I've eaten recently is not agreeing with me. I don't feel sick or anything, but my stomach does feel like it's trying to kill itself. So I stopped eating my dinner for now. I did, however, want to try, before I go to bed, this vegan chocolate that I got. For those of you that don't know, I have a problem, and I've really been craving chocolate, so I thought I would give some vegan chocolate a go, and I didn't want to try it off camera, so you know, it's not horrible. Hang on, where are the ingredients? I ripped them. Interesting, I thought I tasted coconut in there. It's not real chocolate. So, not quite doing it for me. But it's edible. Okay, so my 2 meals today were both really good. The chocolate is pretty good. Even my coffee from Starbucks today was pretty good. I don't know if, like, it's different between the frappe and the regular mocha. The frappe was what I tried last week, which is a soy mocha frappe, and I didn't love it. But I just had a regular mocha today with soy milk, and it was actually really good. So yeah, I had a good day. I'm not struggling anymore, which, I mean, I would hope that I wouldn't be on day 3. But yeah, day 3 was pretty good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to day 4 of vegan living. Today's menu is cereal for breakfast. So I'm just going to have some Wheat Bix with almond milk, kale salad for lunch, and roasted vegetables for dinner. Yeah, I just uploaded my vegan beauty video. I already lost 1 subscriber, so I don't know if it's the vegan thing or if it's what I was talking about in that video. I think what I was trying to do in that video is, it comes back to what I said about how, like, skinny people aren't really, like, I don't know about all skinny people, but me specifically. I feel like I'm not allowed to feel shitty about my body, and so I was trying to talk about my insecurities without trying to make anybody else, like maybe with a different body type to mine, feel like their body is shit because I think my body is shit. That's not true. I still don't think my body is shit. I just think my body is 95% out of my control, but the 5% that is in my control is the fact that I am overweight. And so when I was saying that I think I maybe want to lose weight, I don't mean like losing a whole bunch. Like I definitely don't want to go back to being like super thin, but I was thinking maybe like just the bit that's over, like just going back to being like in an appropriate weight for someone with my body type and, like, you know, whatever. It's upload day and I don't really do a whole bunch on upload day, so I don't really have anything to do. I'm gonna go have some breakfast and then I will see you again at lunchtime. Alright, so I ended up having some leftovers that I needed to eat my leftover pizza, and I also have some leftover pasta. So I'm not gonna make my kale salad today. I'm probably still gonna make it because I have all the ingredients for it. Probably not in this video. I will, however, still put the recipe below so that if anybody else wants to make it, they can. Alrighty, so it is not long after 5. I'm gonna start cooking dinner because I am exhausted. Like I said this morning, I uploaded my vegan beauty video this morning. However, what I don't think many people know is I have a 24-hour turnaround when it comes to my videos. I film Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then edit on the Monday, the Wednesday, and the Friday, and then I upload Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. I'm not doing this to torture myself. I do it because I don't like pre-filming because I don't like having to wait for stuff. I like to do everything immediately, so I film, edit, and then it's uploaded like first thing the next morning. It also helps with my, you know, my ADD and my ADHD. It like keeps me busy. So yeah, I had a lot of footage yesterday, and I ended up staying up until 4 in the morning editing the fucking thing. So I am exhausted, so I'm gonna start cooking my dinner now because, you know, earlier dinner earlier to bed. I have encountered one problem though. I could have sworn I had enough garlic for, you know, as many meals as I needed it for. Turns out I don't. So, the garlic is just for the sauce of this meal. So, I'm going to swap out what would be actual garlic with garlic salt and hope for the best. So yeah, let's cue the time lapse. What that red spot is, it's beetroot juice. Time to do a taste test. That's super interesting. I really like the beetroot, I like the carrot. Not sure how I feel about the silver beet. Also, the sauce, or the dressing, it's weird. It's like, I thought I mixed it really well, but I can only taste it in some parts. And I taste it in layers, like first I taste the lemon, then I taste the garlic. But it is really very good. This whole video is just me praising my own cooking. Good morning everybody, welcome to day 5 of vegan living. I didn't do closing thoughts last night because my day was pretty average, so I didn't have anything to update or report. I can't remember if I said yesterday, but I think I'm gonna make the kale salad that was supposed to be for lunch yesterday for lunch today. Today was only gonna be a 2-meal day, but now I'll make the kale salad from yesterday a lunchtime thing today, so that it is now a 3-meal day. What the fuck am I so... Today's menu are scrambled eggs, which is tofu. I thought if I'm gonna try being a vegan, or even if I was to try being a vegetarian, I should at least try some tofu. So scrambled eggs made out of tofu, kale salad, and eggplant on rice. So yeah, today is my final day, so I'll be doing final thoughts later. Let's go make some breakfast. Okay, so I've just finished my breakfast. I tried to do the time lapse of me making it, but the issue is that I've gone and broken my camera. Not the whole camera, just the shutter. The shutter now likes to remain shut, so I have to try and tape it down. So I couldn't get the time lapse, but you guys did see me eating it. My reaction was a little confused because I didn't know whether I liked it at first. I liked the taste, but I didn't love the texture. As I finished eating it, I did realize I kind of quite liked it. Probably not going to make it again anytime soon, but I liked it. Now I'm going back to bed for a little bit because I feel not great. I don't think it's to do with the vegan thingy, but yeah, I don't feel great. So I'm going back to bed and I will see you guys around lunchtime. Hey guys, so I just woke up. It's time for lunch. I don't feel even remotely better, so I think it's just going to be one of those days. I'm going to try the time lapse again, but if my shutter's being a dick, then we won't worry about it. Okay, so I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. Very much like the tofu eggs from this morning. It's very refreshing, which I think is what a salad should be. I played around with the ratio of the sauce this time because it's the same sauce as dressing. The word is dressing. It's the same dressing from the roasted veggies last night, and I played around because I didn't think the, the ratio was quite right. And this time it's still not right. I have too much of something, but I'm not sure what. But yeah, it is good, but there's something about it that I just don't love. Okay, so it's time for dinner. I still feel really awful. It's just like this headache that I've got that's kind of like, it's up here, but then it's also like all in my face and my throat hurts and I feel nauseous as fuck. But I'm going to push through and make some dinner. Let's go. Okay, so I just finished making my dinner. I didn't bother with a time lapse or anything just because it was super, like, it didn't take that long to prepare. I will say though, I didn't even remotely follow the recipe. I've moved from glancing at a recipe and following most of it to just glancing at a recipe and not following it at all. So let's try it. That's amazing. My taste buds are really uncultured, so I'm saying this is amazing when it's literally just roasted eggplant with some garlic salt and rice, which I eat all the time. Anyways, this is my final meal as a vegan. Let's roll on out to final thoughts. Okay, so final thoughts. I'm doing this in my pajamas because I have no intention of getting dressed today. And I'm also filming this before I have had my dinner, so I won't be able to comment on that, but here we go. Okay, so day one. Day one, I felt really gross. I felt sick. I felt like I was gonna starve. The pancakes for breakfast were okay. I didn't love them just because of the banana. I think if I was to ever make those again, I'd do it without the banana. I also didn't end up having them for dessert because they reheated really gross. The celery and peanut butter was okay. I'm just not a huge fan of celery. The vegan Alfredo was really good. I think next time I would add a bit of flour to the sauce because it was quite runny. I'd also use real noodles because I was not feeling the courgette noodles. Maybe a little bit less salt as well. Day two was really good. I definitely wasn't as hungry or sick as I was on day one. The peanut butter toast was good. It was normal. I'm used to peanut butter toast. Veggie chips were good. Wish I had had hummus. But yeah, I liked them. They were very good. I think maybe next time I would just get normal, probably just Kermit chips because I didn't like all of the veggies in those veggie chips. I don't think some of them were made very well. I don't know what I'm saying. The hummus pizza was really good. I think the hummus I chose was like just a tad on the spicy side, and I can't handle even the smallest of spice, so I would have loved to be able to have a drink of milk. It was really good, and it was still pretty good a couple days later when I had it for lunch. Day 3, potato pancakes. That was really good. Next time I definitely make enough so that I could have more than one, and I definitely have less flour. The mushroom and kale penne pasta. That was really good. Still would have to say it was the best thing I've had. Day 4. Cereal was good. I just ended up having Weet-Bix. The kale salad, which I had today, that was really good. I think I figured out that I don't love raw kale. I like cooked kale because that was really good in the pasta. But as I ran out of avocado and chickpeas in my salad and had to just eat the kale on its own with the dressing, I didn't love it, but when I have like it all together, it was really nice. And the roasted vegetables, those were good. Really liked the beetroot. Was really enjoying the carrots as well. And then in the end, I did end up liking the silver beet. I definitely loved it a bit more when it had some of the dressing on. Day 5, my scrambled eggs were pretty decent. Like I said, I did end up liking it in the end, but I'm not sure that I would make it again anytime soon. There's something about the texture, which I'm very picky with my textures, but there was something about the texture that was just not quite for me. As for the rest of the week, the things that have been hard for me are not being able to drink milk, kind of thinking more consciously about what I wear and like what products I use on my face or in my hair. But on the makeup front, I really enjoyed all of the makeup. It was mostly e.l.f. so you know, it felt a little bit cakey, but I think that's just because recently I've been doing the whole minimal look, so putting on an actual like face was probably a little bit different. But I loved all of those products. If I am gonna like transition from like my normal stuff to like full faces of cruelty-free makeup, I do need to get a powder and a setting spray and more than one eyeshadow palette that fits that criteria. Yeah, apart from that, this week has been pretty easy. Like all the food was mostly good. I drank orange juice all week, which I love orange juice. I didn't love the brand I got, but it was the cheapest one, so you know. I think what I would have liked to do if I had more time and more money was try go out for dinner or something and see like vegan options at like a local restaurant or like at a fast food place. But you know, I didn't have a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of time. I did get Starbucks though. Don't hate the regular soy mocha, but again that may have traces of dairy, so not like a number one option. And yeah, my mum did want me to tell you that or she did want me to mention like the cost of the whole thing, because it was kind of expensive. Like to get a whole bunch of stuff that was only going to be used on me, it was quite expensive. I can't remember the exact costs. The groceries for day 1 and day 2 cost around $54 something, and the groceries for day 3, 4, and 5 cost around $42 something. So yeah, kind of expensive for just little old me, and would be super expensive if I was like trying to feed the whole fam. It was a pretty good experience. I'm definitely going to make some of these meals again. For some things I'd probably swap back to non-vegan options. Not like all of it, like most of it was stuff that I would normally eat. But like say the kale mushroom pasta, I'd probably switch back to normal pesto. Or yeah, I don't know. I'm probably not gonna keep using almond milk in my stuff just because it's an extra cost and takes up extra room in my fridge. But yeah, those were my final thoughts on being vegan for a week. Definitely gonna keep on some of the things, like probably maybe going to switch to like cruelty-free brands. Like I'm not gonna stop using the makeup that I have, but when I buy new makeup, I will look whether it's vegan, whether it's cruelty-free, because I really don't like that makeup companies test on animals. And yeah, some of the recipes I will definitely make again because they were good. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, comment down below, tell me what your favorite animal is, just cause. Subscribe if you haven't already, tap the bell notification thingy to be notified every time I post, and I will see you next time. Bye.